We're good. All right. Let's share this out. We're here. I got people. No people. I don't know. Yeah, got some. All right, we got people in here. Let me know if you're here in the chat. What's up? Just want to get people in here, have a discussion. And we'll roll. We'll roll. All right, cool, Clint. Interesting freaking dude. When price stair steps like this, man, it's lights out, man. In my opinion, it's lights out. What's up, Anderson? Bro, I got some things. In my opinion, because like, you know, I don't know who is against who. I don't know if we don't know. We don't know who created Bitcoin. We don't know why it was created. But look, it's very, very easy to see that over the Dow Jones's lifetime, okay? Like, I showed you guys this last time. I mean, this chart right here, it's just too much for me, man. This is too much. This chart is too much. Who wants to buy this? All right, who is buying this? Where are the buyers? I mean, and I told you the history, all right? You know, Great Depression, right? So what did we do back here? And you know, they say history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. All right. Let me put myself to the side here. All right. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. All right. You know, pump, pull back, 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 but the market is new. All right. But what happens in the 20s? They're roaring, the roaring 20s, much like the roaring 90s. All right. And everybody gets long. Everybody gets long because we are an amazing place to be, America, right? And what happened? You know, there's a war, World War One, I guess, but nonetheless, we have this huge crash. What I concern myself more with is the crash. The crash happens, and then they steal everyone's gold because they didn't have it in the bank, right? When the other countries came for it. So they crashed the market and then stole everyone's gold to pay for their debt. That's what happened. It's in the history books. It's there. And I think, not only that, and you can fact check me on this, that around that time, birth certificates were issued. And if you don't know, your birth certificate has a bond number on it. And that bond number is actually traded on a market. So they buy and sell you for collateral. I think I have that right. All right. So I think that we're being buy and sold. Like, so if the government goes to, China, for example, and they say, we need money, and they go, what do you got for me? And they go, well, we got these people, their birth certificates, we own them, because that's what a birth certificate is. Your mother signs it, and she signs you over to the government. That's why they can come take you as a kid, and your parents can't do anything about it. So you belong to the government by contract, all right? And they're selling their citizens to the other countries. Okay, now China dumped U.S. Treasury bonds. Did they say what the bonds were? No, they did not. And I told you guys, I don't know if you read this article, all right? This was China's bonds right here, all right? China's holding of U.S. Treasuries as part of foreign reserves. They just dumped us. They don't care about U.S. citizens, and you don't hold bonds with the country you're about to go to war with, okay? Whatever, all right? That's whatever. Do I care about all that? It's fine. In my opinion, the governments around the world are like the market makers. They are for and against each other. They just pass money around, and one is the big market at the time, right? So right now, New York is the big market, in my opinion. Asia will be the next big market. Instead of the New York session, that's like amazing, it'll be Asia session. That will be the one where you'll be looking for the reversal because they'll have all the money. It's going to be whatever. So they are for and with each other. All right, doesn't matter. It's all just a shift of power. The only thing about the shift of power that happens is that those that are in power never want to let it go. They can't say, here you go. They can easily just say, fine, you get it next, then pass the torch, and life can go on. But instead, we have to fight. But this war is different than wars we've seen in the past. Okay, so we have the big crash. Get every citizen into gold. Steal the gold. Okay, now we can pay back the countries. Cool. Now we can borrow more money. Cool. Now we have money to pump a market. And we pump the market. Okay? For only so long. It can only go so long. So another 30 years, I guess, or so, where we chop sideways because things are tough. So they raise interest rates, okay? And, they make these treasuries worthwhile to have because they're high, they're high interest. You want these treasuries. You want our debt, right? But again, how are they paying for that, right? It reminds me of like the crypto market with the liquid staking. Get 20% on your UST, right? A stable coin, right? That's great. It sounds great. How the hell are you paying for it, right? So, again, Nixon takes us off the gold standard and issues paper money. Now they have all the gold and no one can come get it. Now they're the bank. They can do with what they will. So now I don't know what they're doing with the gold. I'm not that savvy with the history of it, but I do know we had a new bull market, okay? And a little pullback here, fine. A little M formation, there's some things going on here, right? Nice inverse head and shoulders, 1, level 2, right? And then level 3 was a mad move, man. I mean, this is the pattern that Tino talks about all the time. All right, wherever the W is, all right, Doesn't matter. You know, it could have been here, right? You confirm the second leg, you know, level, let's say 1, confirm, level 2, confirm, level 3, where you would expect to at least fill this huge imbalance. Okay, there's an imbalance here. All right, on the 9 month, that's a, you know, it should have came back to about there, but it didn't. You know, in fact, Steve Marrow, who Tino talks about, that's where he gets his system from, uses the market maker method. And anytime you get an M formation that's extended from the moving averages, the rule in essence is you get the first target is the water, the second target is the mayo. That is in essence what needs to happen for things to stay, for the bank to remain in balance. All right, so we should have got a pullback probably to about here, right? Or you could still made a higher low. Maybe you came, and I got this fib here, by the way, 233 EMA. You know, you get there, you get a little bounce, and then you should have had, you know, some consolidation here and then back up. That is a healthy market structure to me, but that's not what happened. Why? I don't know, but in my opinion, you know, everyone got rich off tech stocks, all right? You got the pullback, you know, it stopped all the elites out, and they weren't ready for it, man. That's a 22 trade in Forex, all right? But, you know, these are just the patterns that we follow, all right? You know, we're long, we buy the pullback, right? We make a new all-time high. They bought the higher high, like they thought we were going to go higher, okay? And when things started to crash and they wanted to save things, they just changed monetary policy. What came into play around that time in 2008, right? Was the idea of quantitative easing. This idea of printing lots of money, easing, quantitative easing. All right, just like over here, you know, where we, you know, change monetary policy. You know, we're gonna take the gold away, take the dollar off the gold. We changed monetary policy, and you can get a new bull market. You change monetary policy, and you can get a new bull market. All right. However, before you change monetary policy, you must take from the peasants and get them in a panic. That's the rules, all right? If you're going to change monetary policy, if you're going to issue a central bank, which one of you two hasn't liked this channel? Thank you. If you're going to change monetary policy, first you take. Just like the market makers. If you're going to change the trend, you take first. And then you change the trend, the deviation, if you will, right? Deviate, change the policy, change the trend, right? This one was a little bit different. They changed the policy in the 70s, right? They deviated up, and then they took, and then they went. So it was a little bit different, okay? Here, they deviated up, right? And then they took, and then they changed quantitative easing, right? So we stop, you know, stopping volume candle right there, bam. All right, so stopped it, changed the policy, we can continue higher. All right, and so you look at that and you go, all right, you got your W. Sometimes you can have a W or a V bottom. We'll consider this a V bottom, right? And you got to make the higher high, right? Here, test, right? You can say that's level 1, right? Level 2 could have like 2 pushes in it. Level 2, level 3. You're going into level 3 rise on the market, and you're not making a higher high. It looks like it's struggling. Now, in Steve Marrow, right? Thank you, Bullish. In Steve Marrow, in the market maker method, if the traders, for example, are falling for it, and we think we have a bull market, they can continue up for another 2 or 3 more levels, whatever that may be. All right. However, that is if the bank is liquid enough to do that. For me, okay, this is your M, right? And the market makers who are trying to fool the traders can continue up for, right, 1 or, you know, is this a level 2? How many levels are we going to continue up? How much, you know, how much do they have in the bank? What do we know? We know they don't have a lot in the bank. We know the U.S. Treasury is out of money. They're out of money. They're done. All right, the treasury is depleted. The bank is low. All right, they're out of cash, right? Well, here's where Bitcoin fits into all this. Bitcoin came back out of here, right? And the story is that Satoshi wanted to give us something, for the banks, because he said the banks were going to collapse again and all this stuff, right? So get your money into Bitcoin because the banks are bad. That's what was said. And that's what these YouTubers push, okay? Whatever the story is. Gotta get a sip of Diet Coke. All right? That's the story. They want your money in Bitcoin. They want it. Because they can crash the banks by raising interest rates. Okay? If you don't trust the banks, some of us will put our money in Bitcoin. Some of us. Other people are moving it other places. Some of us are moving it to gold. Money is moving in different places. That is why you see the market moving in odd behavior. Because normally, when stocks go up, right, gold would be going down. However, gold is moving up. Bonds are moving up. Everything is moving up. It's in everything bubble. Real estate is moving up. Everything is moving up. Because people are taking their money out of the banks probably and putting it into all diversified places because they don't know what the fuck is about to happen. They know something is about to happen, but they don't know if they're going to crash the stock market, the bond market, the fucking whatever market. To me, they'll crash it all. They're going to just crash it all, right? And get everyone, or at least, our government will try to crash some of our markets into the dollar, right? They want you in the dollar. They want to force you into the dollar. Why? Because if you're in dollars, right? If all the peasants are in dollars, now we have all the dollars. Just like they had all of the gold in the 30s, right? And then they had all of the gold, in the 70s, and then they took the gold away. All right, so if you're all in the dollars, they can take the dollar away and issue their digital currency. Sweet. Now, for example, I got this guy at work. He does flea markets. Oh, you got to do the flea market. I made 10 grand on Saturday. No taxes. Bro, the government is coming for you, man. They want to cut because every government thinks that they don't make enough money because people don't pay enough taxes. That is the thing about the government. And that's what they think of us, right? They're not trying to kill us, okay? Because the more of us there are, the more taxes they can collect. However, if they can't collect the taxes from us, then there's no point of really having people, is there? Right? Right. So if I was the government, I got two options, all right? I can force my citizens into the dollar, all right? Or I could kill them. Because they're worthless. If they're not paying me, they're worthless. Okay? That if I was the government. That's a gangster way of thinking, but that's what it is, man. It's money or death. Right? What do they say? The two things that are... I want a flea market guy guest appearance on stream. Oh, man. Me and him argue all the time. All right? But what do they say is the most certain things in life, right? Death, taxes, and I think something else. I forget. Remind me. But death and taxes. Those are the most certain things. It's a saying, right? Interesting. So it's certain death or certain taxation without representation, whatever. I don't know. I'm ranting. But those are my rants. All right? They want you in the dollar. They will force you into the dollar by crashing markets. All right? Now, everyone thinks that their pensions are safe. No. Your pensions are not safe. All right? Look at this. Your pension's safe? All right? No. They'll crash this. All right? When that starts to go down, because pensions right now are buying treasuries. Because they have to. Because it's the safest investment they can do to ensure that they have a future. Okay? My union needs retirement. The only thing that I can invest in right now, because you're not going to invest in the dollar because of inflation. Oh, yeah, neither do I. Well, I guess I do, but I don't plan on having it because I think they're going to take it. I don't plan on having a pension. So if I'm a teachers union, I'm a teacher, by the way. I need my pension. I got to invest in treasuries, right? But at one point, they could crash that. They want everyone in the dollar because if they don't have the dollars, they can't convert it to their central bank digital currency and change the monetary system. The only way to do that kind of stuff is to get a lot of all the assets to become that aren't liquid right now to become liquid. You need to liquidate, just like a market maker, liquidate the market so you can move forward. Okay? That's what I think they're trying to do. Now, how much do they liquidate of each market is another question. I don't know if they're going to liquidate the entire freaking bond market or whatever, or the yields. I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this is financial advice. I'm a teacher who's lost a lot of money trying to become rich in crypto, like I'm sure a lot of us are, okay? Because where did I get into Bitcoin, bro? I got in at the top, man. I got in right here on that freaking stopping volume 9-month candle. Look at that. That's a top, okay? That is a top, okay? And how did I know about Bitcoin? I never heard about freaking Bitcoin until April of 2021 when I got onto TikTok. Funny, they issue TikTok and they push out all this information, right? I was told to buy Dogecoin in March 2020, whatever. All right, and I didn't listen. They said if you throw $5 in, blah 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 blah. All right, that's what I was told, and I didn't listen. Right, and then whenever a little bit amount of time later, I hear about all these freaking millionaires in crypto. I'm like, what the fuck? The markets are pumping? What? You got to be kidding me! And just as soon as I got in, they issued the pullback. What a coincidence that some regular Joe like me would get into a market and they would take my money. Sounds pretty normal now that I'm in a market. I understand how it works, right? So they took some money. I made some money. I've lost some money. I've lost most of my money trying to learn how to trade or learn how the markets are working. Okay, I've lost at least $30,000, $40,000 over the past 2.5 years. Right. So we like to listen to the ones that make money. I'm the guy who's lost money. If you like to hear from people who've lost money and what they think is fucking going on, that's me. All right. So, dude, don't matter, bro. Look, I'm 37 years old, man. I'm healthy. And my kid's mom has all the money. She's the one. That's why my kid's mom has some money and she's in the market, and my friend takes care of her fund, and she kind of takes care of the family. I'm the teacher. I teach. I get home to help with the kids, and I carry the health insurance. That's the benefit of being a teacher, is having the health insurance. That's the really only thing that they got for us. But I enjoy my life. I'm a happy person, and I think what I learned most is that it's not about the money. It's about the game, and it's about learning something new. This is a great hobby. I love it, and I'm gonna show you some of the things that I'm using, that I've learned to figure out what the fuck is going on. All right. So over 2.5 years, I've watched the wrong guys teach me how to trade. And then I've watched some of the guys who teach kind of the right way to trade. And I've developed my own ideas on how to figure out, what I think is going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen though. Okay. Because at any given moment, the market maker can change the trend. That's another thing that comes out of that system. All right. They can change for any reason. If you don't know, beat the market maker method. Where is it? I don't know. I got a paper, but his name is Steve Marrow. He's on YouTube, and he goes through it, and he goes, the trend can change at any given time for any given reason. Okay? The real reason to change the trend is the dollar is getting out of whack, and he's got to get him back. That's a quote from his class, and I think about that often. The dollars are getting out of whack, and I got to get him back. That's the reason to change the trend, the real reason to change the trend for any market maker. And we know the market makers were in the government. Now, the government, if you watch Blockchain Backer, he stated that they were not allowed to own stocks, right? At almost like the very top of the market. Right here. We're not allowed to own stocks anymore. Funny, you get the pullback. What's the retrace? Letting their friends get out before shit hits the fan. That's what I'm worried about. This is them getting out, right? And this is us buying the fucking dip because, COVID. Buy the dip. All right? and this is their friends selling to us. So they sold to us, we bought it, right? If some of us bought it. This is their friends selling to us, right? That's what this is. It's going to be a 22 trade, in my opinion, right? 22 trade, right? The market maker sells, the market maker's friends sell, and we come back to the water or to the mayo. And that is the path price needs to take, all right? Now, can it come lower, right? Where was it supposed to come down to last time? What's this? This is a level. This is a cutoff. This is an imbalance in the chart. Can you get a wick down to here? Why not? This needs to be filled. Does it? I don't know. Does it need to? I don't know. But I would send a wick down into there, right into this empty space if I was a market maker, right? Because what do we know about volume, all right? Volume seeks volume, but it also stops where there is no volume, all right? And you can see that on Bitcoin all day long, all right? What happens in these stop hunts, guys, is price goes to a certain point and it bounces from that because there's no volume there and the orders get filled, all right? I mean, I'm not really set up to show you, but I'll try, all right? So let's see. Over here. And let's just use something easy. All right. There isn't a lot of volume here. Why does this wick happen? Right? Why do the wicks happen? You got to ask yourself why price does what it does, and moves away. All right. So you got wicks, right? Why do they happen? Here we go. It happens because there was no volume down here. It's a low volume area, right? It's a place where people and traders keep their stop losses, all right? There wasn't a lot of volume down here, all right? There's stops here, so they stop people out and they can go up. Now, there isn't a lot of volume down here. I bet there's tons of stops down here, all right? Where are the stops up here, right? Probably up in here. This is where traders put their stops. They put their stops in low volume areas. Why? Because price seeks volume. What price can I get the most ordered fill? Yeah, math teacher, right. Where at what price point? So right now, the most volume for Bitcoin is at 28K. Interesting, right? That's why the most volume. That's why price went to that point and moved away from it. It went to that point because there were orders there. Because people with Bitcoin see this downtrend, okay? And they see 2 hits, and they're not trying to wait to see if the 4th hit breaks it, okay? Because on the 4th hit, usually price breaks, and you can go lower. They would rather get out here and see what happens in this area. So, after 1 and 2 hits, there'll be orders here. So they go, the market makers go up and they fill the orders. They get short. So they've gotten the sell orders from all of the people who own Bitcoin that are on exchanges. They get short on a derivative market, right, where they can make money. And then you get a downtrend. Where you have like a little bit of an M formation. Here's the M, but is in a bigger M. I don't know. But look, just count the hits. Retrace, down, retrace, down, retrace. So you've gotten 3 hits to the downside, where these people who sold up here may want to buy back in. Why? Because where's my good chart? This one. Yeah. Why? Because you're at the 200 weekly. So they would rather get out, and they may want to buy back in at the 200 weekly moving average, which they have. Awesome, right? Awesome. Good for people. They think that is the moving average. Everyone talks about the 200 moving average. It's acted as support in every Bitcoin cycle. It acted as support here, and we go back and we look at old fucking price action that doesn't fucking matter in the grand scheme of things, because the only thing that market makers care about is what's gone on in the past 9 months. Okay? They don't care about the moving average here. They don't give a shit. They care about what can I sell things for? Where can I move the market where I can get the most buys and sells? Where I can get short on a derivatives market, get long on a derivatives market, but also accumulate the asset that I'm making the market for. All right, that's how a market maker thinks. All right, are you emphasizing may cause you suppose the buyback in May? Well, look, I don't know about my bias yet because I'm still formulating my bias at this level. All right, because the fact of the matter is this looks very manipulated. All right, the fact that the pattern here back in 2019 when we all think that we missed out on Bitcoin here, wouldn't it make you want to buy? Now you look at this and you go, all right, is it going to do that? I probably shouldn't buy, right? Because this is the psychology that I would go through, right? If it does this, I would want to buy back around here, right? So market makers may want to move it back to that because that's what happened last time, right? The retail traders bought when it came back to that area. All right. Now, what if, and COVID is interesting. To me, COVID is like a test of the market. COVID wick, right? And it just stops there. Why? Were there orders there? Was there an imbalance there? Probably, right? But COVID was a freaking pandemic, guys. There's no reason to be in Bitcoin, if you're going through a pandemic, right? Who's buying Bitcoin because we're having a pandemic? Is that the reason to buy Bitcoin? Or you're a believer or whatever? I don't know. Interestingly enough, it hits the 369 EMA on the weekly time frame. So there's something, right? I keep talking about the 369 and how I think it's important. Interestingly enough, that's that gold line, the 369. All right? Fine. It hits that. Bounces away. You guys miss it. We buy the fucking top. M formation. All right? Whatever. So now we're here. People don't know if we're going to get these pumps here, right? That's what everyone wants. They want these pumps, right? But the shorts aren't biting. The shorts are afraid of this pump, so they're trading light. The longs want this pump, so they're going in heavy, right? Because they want to, that's what happens, right? You always want to try to catch this move, this fucking last move. I want the last move, I'll go in heavy. So people go in heavy. That's why you get this behavior, right? They see it reverse, they go in heavy, right? And then it comes right back down. Look, where does the retail trader go in heavy? Above a previous high. So they go in. Some of us are smart. They see 1, 2, 3 hits to the downside. The pin closes on the weekly, right? Or it closes up here, okay? And you see a huge bullish engulfing candle. That's retail right there. It's gray, right? So you go long here. Where do you put your stop? On the weekly, at the weekly close. Funny how price comes right to the weekly close where you could get stopped out if you were long here. And then they move price in the where they wanted it to go to anyway, right? And they stop you out and then they go on in the merry direction, all right? I'm frozen, but whatever. Hold up. All right? This is my thinking at least, all right? On how I watch price move and why it moves that way, or it's all about the money. It's all it's about. It's about the money and the orders, and they have the plan. We don't know. We don't know the bottom of Bitcoin. They do. They fucking do, right? So that's why I like Tino's indicator, right? On this chart, this is the index chart, by the way. I don't know where it gets its data from, but it's spot crypto, and I think it just gathers data from anybody that sells spot. All right. So here, Bitcoin pumped. People wish they bought that. I would expect Bitcoin to at least go to 13K. It went there. It pumped from there. Why wouldn't, as a market maker, why wouldn't I want to send price to where people think they missed out on? People think they missed out. I think too. I missed out on the COVID pump. I might want to send it here. And if you missed out on Bitcoin throughout its entire history, man, would I kill for some 2K Bitcoin, dude? Who wouldn't kill for that? That is, what's up? The ones that say that still won't, but they get the chance again. Do pure FUD at that level. Retail is not going to look at it like a few are into the stocks and crypto, in my opinion. Right. I mean, look, we all want to get rich in crypto. That's why we're in crypto, okay? But I'm trying to understand who makes the market, okay? Is it Coinbase? Is it FTX? Is it Binance? Who's making the crypto market? Who's really in charge? And it brings me back to my other point. Crypto was made out of the financial crisis. All right? We don't know. We think it's this wonderful human being named Satoshi Nakamoto. Funny, if you needed liquidity, right? Exit liquidity to get out because you got caught off guard on a 22 trade, and there's a reason why they didn't know, right? There's a whole nother reason why they didn't know, right? Wouldn't you manipulate the market just like every other market? They just manipulate it up, right, to get the F out before it comes back down. Funny, the Dow Jones now has a 369 EMA on the 99 day, close to the top. Interesting. I'm telling you, man, you got to study Tesla. All right, there's a reason why this appears. Okay, there's a reason why it took 99 days, okay, out of the whole Dow Jones chart for this to appear. It appears, right? It appears. People saw this appear and expected. I'm sure that people do what I do. I didn't come up with this. I discovered this. All right. Like they say, math wasn't invented. It was discovered. Okay. I discovered this. I said, I'm going to put it on the charts, see what the fuck I get, because Tesla is, about energy and time and all that other stuff. I was like, I'll apply that. I'll just mix the method. Fine. Look, bang, right there. Cool. And you get COVID, right? People thought that this was it because something's going on. When this appears, something is going on out of like the energy, like something. I don't know what it is. I haven't figured it out. I just know something's going on. You can formulate your own theories or whatever. All right. So something's going on here, man. People thought this was going to happen, right? Right? Where they were actually going to get the fucking bear market that they've been waiting for, that Savvy's been fucking talking about, right? Forever, and fill this imbalance. They thought they were going to get the Michael Burry short trade, right? Over here. They all thought they were Burry, right? I'm Michael Burry. I'm going to get the water. I'm going to get the Mayo, and I'm going to get the 369. Baby, let's go. Best short of all time. That's the way they think. That's the way these motherfuckers think, right? So, they didn't get it, man. They're not getting it. They just keep pumping the market. They just fucking keep going. But they can only do that for so long because once you're out of money, man, it's very easy to see, right? How do you know when the market makers are out of money? Okay? They issue a pin to the top. That stopping volume candle that we all look for to know that price is changing direction. All right? We look for the stopping volume candle. On Bitcoin, where are the wicks? Who's trapped on the 99 day on the Binance chart? Trap longs. Right? Who's trapped here? Shorts. Right? Make them think, right? Because look, here, who's trapped in this region? Right? Right? They go long. Retail goes long. Liquidate. Get them all fucking confused. Think this is the bottom. Right? So they're all the longs are trapped right here. Trap the longs. Stop them out. Right? Any of the shorts, right, that had this fucking move right and didn't pay themselves, go fucking stop them out. Right? Come back. Stop out the shorts again. Right? Come back. Stop out the shorts again above the close on the 99 day where stops might be. Right? Come back, think that the markets are going to pump, right? Because it's the halving. It's the halving. The halving happened, right? And what do you get after the halving? Everyone was all excited, right? Fucking COVID. Weird how it comes in at the same time. Dump on fucking anybody who thought the halving was going to make them rich because it's done it in the past, because it's a narrative, right? They buy up at the bottom. Huge wick up, the COVID wick, right? Where speed happens and acceleration. And they get short here. Look at the symmetry on the 99 day on the Binance chart. Look at this. It's so perfect. What is this? This is a huge reversal, right? Here's where We will sell you longs and we get short. That's why I have it in red. Right? We will sell you a long, okay? But they're not short from up. Well, they're short on smaller time frames. But they didn't sell anybody any longs here. You see any green candles here? They're not coming back on the 99 day at least. No, why would they? They didn't sell anything up here. There's no selling on the 99 day. It's on other time frames. But yeah, I'm just like, you got to think about the time frames as like the amount, right? So the 99 day has the most amount, right? Well, this candle has a lot of volume in it at speed. I transacted a lot of longs at speed here. I would want to come back to that because I can sell a lot of Bitcoin, right? If you accumulated Bitcoin, because this is accumulation, right, and you sold it up here, wouldn't you want to, they've been selling it, right? They're selling it, they buy it back, right? They'll sell it up here, buy it back down here, right? They'll sell it up here and buy it back even lower. There's your 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. Below the previous stop hunt. If you actually were ballsy enough to long the fuck out of Bitcoin when it was during a pandemic, bro, at 37,000, right? And you are in a long on 3x, 2x, 50x because you caught that move, and Bitcoin is an asset whose narrative only goes up over time, bro, you have the best yield in the world. Your yield on that side leverage for an asset that only goes up over time, you'll make more than the 5% the government gives you. You'll make more than the liquid staking pools they offered us at the top of the bull run. You'll be making more. Dude, you'd hold on to this forever because your yield on your money on that, because Bitcoin's only goes up. It only goes up, guys. It's all it's ever done. Come on, just take a look back. Come on, look. Come on, it's the data. Come on, there's so much history. It's a 13-year-old asset, right? I have all of this convincing. All right, all of this convincing. How do you convince the retail trader to go long if you're a market maker? How many hits? 1, 2, 3. I'm convinced. It's got to be right. It's done it so many times. Not only did it do it there, right? It did it here, right? This one. So not only that, CZ, 4. 1, 2, 3. Because some of us are skeptics, but when you do it a 4th time, man, bro, and you broke the 3rd high, dude, it's gotta be real. Paper money is crap. They're printing that. They do these things on purpose. All right? They're just trying to get you to think a certain way. Dollars are worth something right now. Because to me, the trade is get into dollars, to be honest with you. Because they're going to crash everything else. And then when they crash everything, get the fuck out and buy something. Because what's the only stable coin right now? Right? In the real world, gold is not stable. Gold fluctuates. Okay? The only thing that actually would stay flat enough that won't have volatility that's coming is the dollar. Right? Is that currency. But what are they telling you? Right? What are they telling you? Are they telling you that hyperinflation is coming? That guy puts out the thing. Bitcoin to $1 million. Hyperinflation over the next 5 years. You got to get into Bitcoin. They're telling you, but what do we know from watching Jordan streams? There's like barely any fucking inflation. All right? There's more of a risk of deflation. And if deflation happens, what happens to the price of the dollar? What happens to the value of the dollar? It goes up. So everyone's going to be buying dollars at the top. And when they buy dollars at the top because they didn't get out of assets fast enough, right? They will be getting out of dollars and into the assets that are fucking in the pits that could take years. Here, my man has mapped it out using math. If you don't know, I put this in the Discord. All right, the decline and fall of the United States market. All right, he has the date now. Trump arrested. He's got it. So he makes the chart. 2025. There's your big pullback in 2026. All right. Now this chart could look a little bit different on a price chart. Because remember, Like, who accumulation phase now, then pump and crash? Maybe I don't know. I don't. That's why I have to watch. I don't think the upside to the market is limited, because what do we know about shit coins? Why do you not buy a shit coin? And why do we buy the new thing? Okay? So, here's Matic. Good old Matic, right? You buy the new thing, it pumps. All right. Let's go to XRP. Did XRP do that? No. Why did XRP not pump? Because there's sell pressure. All right? Because people, smart money, knows what the fuck is coming. They go, holy shit, I can get out at $2. I'll never get that. Spot forces price down. All right? It's not going. That's a lower high. All right? That's actually an M. All right? I feel bad for blockchain backer, man. I really do. Because the government has messed with him, and Ripple has messed with him, and they're all in cahoots, man. Here's the thing about people in power that I think blockchain backer doesn't remember. What do people remember? The governments, just like the market makers, are for and against each other. And people in power, China, Russia, they are for and against each other, but they all have one thing in common, guys. Power. They know they're going to retain power. They just want to be number one. That's it. So they will work with each other to retain power over the peasants. Okay? But yet they will work against each other at the same time. It's a fucked up game. It's a fucked up game. But the idea there, if you ever look into Freemasonry, right, is the chessboard. Okay? The fact that there's chaos going on the chessboard is what the peasants will focus on. They put the chess pieces in play. BlackRock is the king. Okay? Let's say. You know? Target is a pawn. Okay? All that good stuff. Target puts out that LGBTQT line, right? And their stock fucking tanked, bro. Fucking tanked. They know that. Where does Target get their funding from? From BlackRock. Okay? BlackRock says, you're going to do this, otherwise we're pulling your funding. BlackRock shorts the shit out of that fucking stock of Target and props up their own fucking stock. All right? What's BlackRock at? Compared to Target. Looks pretty good. All right? Wonder where Target is. How are they propping up their own price? Just like any crypto market. Right? You take from the altcoin market and you prop up Bitcoin. It's the same thing. Right? Because Bitcoin's valuable. BlackRock is valuable. So you take from the shit coins and you give to the big boys. That's how the market works. Until the big boys can get the fuck out. And people like us start figuring out what the fuck is going on. Okay? So, that's the idea. There's a chess game going on. And people on Twitter are all, you know, we're protesting Target, and they're all fucking happy. Bro, Target has the American jobs. You don't want to protest Target. You're bragging about taking down a pawn. You ain't even going after the king because they're buying. They'll take down Target, protest them, and then buy up BlackRock stock. You're just fucking taking down the pawn, but you're making love to the king. You're a fucking idiot. Fucking sell BlackRock stock, buy up Target like they did on GameStop, and fuck them. All right? That is why that's a fucking legendary story. But there's only enough of us who think the same way, right? Who can actually see what the fuck is going on to do that. And a guy like me who's fucking dirt poor doesn't have any money to do that. For me to convince my boy Mr. Lake, who's also a teacher, who does the flea markets, he's a fucking millionaire. I can't convince him to sell fucking Apple. He won't fucking sell it. I keep fucking sell that shit, man. Fucking sell that shit. They're gonna sell on you. They're gonna sell on you. No, I'm like Warren Buffett. I hold forever. Forever. Warren Buffett says just hold it forever. Fuck Warren Buffett, man. He's gonna die soon, man. He doesn't give a fuck. Alright? Fuck him. Get the fuck out. And watch what Price does. Because look, like, it kills me. Look at Berkshire Hathaway if you want to look at Warren Buffett. Alright? Just look at and you gotta watch your time frame. Because what does retail trade on? They trade on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, right? No. What is smart money and these AI systems they got trading against us trading on? divine numbers, Tesla numbers. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. They don't trade on the 10 hour. Time doesn't break down fractally on those on those frames for them to get an understanding of the patterns that retail is trading at. So you got to trade the 9s. The 9, if you don't know, the 9 is divine, as they say. And I sound crazy, I know. All right. So what do we trade on the 9s on Berkshire? What is that? You buying that candle on Berkshire? You like that? That look good to you? Or does that look like a top? I'm sure Buffett, right? He's buying. I'm buying. Just like that guy in The Big Short, right? When he crashed, right? Have you ever seen that the ending, right? It's a solid company. I would buy some more. It's down. I would buy some more. And then it just fucking tanked, bro. He was fucking already out. He was fucking lying to you guys. All right? So look. Now this is on the 99. All right? Let's go to the 9 month. What's it look like? Where's the volume on Berkshire Hathaway? Oh, look at that. If you're use Tino system, right? What is that candle, bro? That's a stopping volume candle. All right? Now that means it could mean it could go higher. It could. That means it can go higher, to be honest with you. And it could always go higher. But when I see those purple candles show up on Berk, right? This is a purple candle. It went higher, right? So do I get that? Cool. Maybe. But where am I in the grand scheme of things? Am I at the highs or am I at the lows? How much higher is it going to go? All right. Where was the last place it transacted in speed? Because I got blue vectors here on the 9 month. Did they come take those blue vectors back and leave this one? Yeah. Are they going to come back and take this blue vector and leave this one? Probably. So maybe Berk pumps to all fucking heaven, but will it come back to where it transacted at speed? At 234 or whatever? Probably. Will it come back and take this wick? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm not them. But I do know that there's interest here. And if there's interest here, it's very likely to go up and return back to that. So, as my man Tino, right, would say, it could rise up to fucking $600. I don't give a fuck, right? I don't care. Because I want to see it come test the interest in this zone and move away from it. So I could buy back there. That's fine. Okay? I don't know. That would be fine to me. I mean, maybe you get something fractal. I mean, look, you got a nice little fractal going on here, don't you? Here's a nice little fractal for you. You could do something like this. Bang. There's your stop. Just match up your stopping volume to see what the fuck could happen in the future. There you go. Look, it's the same colors, guys. You just haven't gotten the big crash yet. You got a purple candle. So now up here, do I get another couple blue candles that you don't see on the 9 month? Maybe you see it on the 9 week. All right? Maybe you see it on the 9 day. All right? I don't know. All I know is that if I trade the 9s, it's very likely to be showing up sometime soon. All right? Here's your 9 day. All right? You got selling, buying, right? Here's a reversal, right? They stopped it here. I would expect this to play out kind of like on this time frame. So when I see blue candles on the 9-day time frame, I know it's time to get the fuck out of Berkshire Hathaway, because that matches the 9-month time frame, because it's fractal, and it's on the 9s, and the 9 encompasses all other time frames, because that's how it works, because it's math. It's fucking math. It's not, the 9 matches all time frames. So whatever the pattern is on the 9 is the pattern. That's the thing. Traders, they don't know. They go, well, I got a higher high on the 4 hour, but I got a lower high on the 8 on whatever hour, the 10 hour, right, or whatever. I don't know. However it works, or whatever. The 9 minute. I got a higher high on the 9 minute, whatever, right? But just trade the 9s. The 9s is every time frame, so you just trade the 9s. That's it. It shows you the pattern the easiest way. All right. So I don't know if you're here to figure out where Bitcoin is going or whatever. But that in essence is what I'm thinking about, is that this is just a very mini bull market in the last leg up, in the last couple years that we got before we fucking fall to all hell and go into, because look, if things are cyclical, okay, before us, who was the great power before us? Okay, you got to ask yourself, who did we take power from? Right, there was transitions that go on, right? It was the English, the Dutch, I forget. I don't know. I'm not a history teacher, I'm a math teacher. All right, okay, so we got the power. We know England has had power in the past. Cool, right? Germany tried to take power. We kicked their ass. Whatever. Knocked them down. Whose turn is it next? It's China's turn, guys. It's their turn. All right, they'll take power. Now, whether we remain in power over Europe, right? Because you got to watch out. You don't know whether we're with or against each other. They're either they could be, there could be coups going on. They could be like, well, now, you know, remember when in 1776? Don't think that like the English from the 1700s, you know, don't remember that shit. Or maybe we never even separated from England. Maybe we're just kind of one thing that's been going on. All right, I don't know, but you know, are we kind of together with Europe? Yeah, I guess so. We kind of move together. So it's us in Europe, right? And then there's Asia. All right, that's kind of like how it is, in my opinion. It doesn't matter who has power. That's my point too. All right. So one thing we do know is that after there is like a little reset, all right, things will go and be good. Something new will come, and it'll be okay. So this is not doom and gloom, because I'm just telling you what I think is going to happen and the time frames I'm looking at to figure out when it's going to happen, because I don't know. I'm using this guy's math, which I like, because he's predicted a lot of things based on pi. And here's something for you that he does, because you can't escape numbers, okay? You just can't escape numbers. So you go to the Dow Jones, you can go to the 12-month, all right? And you see this, right? And karma, if you're a spiritual person, which I am a little bit, you can take a fib circle and kind of get a gauge on how much time you got left. So, but you don't gauge it on price, guys. You have to gauge it on an event to give you an idea about how much time do you really have left. So karma is a thing. When did they steal from us last? In the 30s. They stole our gold. When did they steal from us the next time? They took it and said you can't have it back. Somewhere around 71. Funny. From the last time they stole from us to the last time they stole from us again, karma got them. Fibonacci fucking fucked them in the ass. That's why they didn't see it coming, because they don't believe in karma, because they're corrupt people. But if you think, and I'm I don't want to get too spiritual or anything like that, but if you think that, you know, there isn't good protecting, right? If you thought that what do you call them? Angels, you know, if you got yourself a guardian angel, that they were going to let them get away with that shit, right? No, they're going to fuck them. And they're just trying to keep the party going, man. But, you know, good always wins. I believe that, right? But so they'll try to do it again, all right? So when was the last time? So they stole from us here, right? And they stole from us here. So do it again. Here's one of the times they stole from us. Here's another time they stole from us here, but it's kind of opposite, so shift it out from the top to the bottom. If you go back in the beginning, you'll watch, you know, they crashed the market first, and then they stole. Here, they stole, and then crashed the market, so change your fib from the top to the bottom. Where are we at in the cycle? Towards the top. Now, they stole from us again during COVID, all right? Maybe that's a thing that you got to look at as far as fibs go to figure out where time can go. So they stole from here. Here's the bottom. Rate hikes. Bang. That's how you figure it out. Because they are crashing the market and manipulating it through rate hiking. So here, right? Something like this. How much time do we... Here's rate hikes again. Rate hiking cycles. You can just draw How much higher is this thing gonna go? You know, where is the white lines meeting? Somewhere up in here, maybe. All right, something like that. You can kind of figure things out. But this is the Dow Jones, guys. You can't do this, on Apple, because I'm talking about, like, government. And you could actually do it on, like, Apple announcements. It'll work, all right, to figure out. Because my boy Lake was like this. He was like, what was it? I was looking at Apple, right? And Bitcoin was at, like, 28K, all right? And I knew Apple announcements were coming out, and I was like, yo, is it going to be bullish? Is it going to be bearish? They got me in a tizzy, right? I'm trying to figure out whether to go long, to go short. We're at 30K. We're at resistance. I'm trying to figure shit out, and they got me. Sometimes it's better just to do fucking nothing, right? All right, so I go, my boy Lake, he's all excited, bragging to me about his Apple stock, right? And they make the VR announcements, all right? The VR glasses. And price moves up. What did they come take? Well, Apple sold $4 billion worth of Apple stock at $183. Wouldn't they want to sell more up there? Right? So they make an announcement. And anybody who has this right? The short on Apple, because guys, look at fucking Apple. Look at this. Whoever gets this short right on Apple is going to make a ton of money. Okay? We know that because it's just one of the most it's not that most unbalanced chart, okay? But this thing is extended. And you look at it on the 9-month, all right? Here's a little W here, rise, retrace. So there you go. Here's your W. Pin. It's second leg lower. You can look at it like that. Rise, retrace, level 1, level 2, level 3. I can expect a top up here. The market maker can continue up 1 or 2 more levels. And if you can get Apple back to the water, right? At least the water on the 9-month, right? Or below the last stop hunt, it'll probably go below the last stop hunt. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just goes to the water at $50. What gets you to sell your Apple? What price does Apple need to go to for you to freak the fuck out and get out of Apple so they can buy it? Probably under $100. Somewhere under 100. I've been saying to him, I go, it's got to go under 100. It's got to go under $100. It has to. It has to. And you're going to say, no, it doesn't. Right? No, Apple does not need to go to under $100. In my opinion, it does. Right? Because Apple came out with what? It came out with a short on it. Funny enough. Is this the short? Apple Bear 1X. Interesting. When did that come out? What's the date on that? Oh, August 2022. Weird how it comes out. All these 1X and 3X shorts on these stocks are coming out now, right? What's the volume on it? It's going through a cycle. So here's your Apple cycle. And look, this is in a downtrend. I would want to buy this. I would want to buy this. This looks like something to buy. It's down. Apple is up. That makes sense to me. Okay? All right? So I'm watching those kinds of things. All right? And how do I know it's going to go below 100? I don't know. I have an idea. All right? However, I can do this bullshit. I use this thing. It's a range analysis thing. I'll put it I'll put some of the tools and stuff I'm using in the chat. Apple pumps, fine. Apple pumps during COVID, even better. All right? Come on, buddy. Work for me. My indicators sometimes work, sometimes they don't. It doesn't matter. Look, the vector shows you. All right? There's a gap right here at 100. You got to ask yourself, they crashed the market on Apple, right? Look at that wick. And they bought it up at speed. That's them buying it, right? So they buy it down here. Where did they buy it? 50. Great. Anybody with money, I've seen these interviews, they go, the question they ask every hedge fund guy, can I double? Can I double? It's all about doubling. And if you actually think about it, it makes sense. If you double $1,000, I think it's 9 times, you make $1 million. So all you got to do is double 1,000 9 times, you're a millionaire. Awesome. So that's all they care about is doubling. right? But Apple is a liquid market, and you can get some big money in there. So they have their secret meetings, and they go, yeah, we're going to do this thing. We're going to fake this cold and get everyone to wear masks and shit, and you should probably buy it around 50. We're not going to go to 50 because the peasants would buy 50 because they're thinking about that. We're going to send it to 50.3, right? Or whatever, right? That's what they're going to do. They know where they're going to. And funny, what happened? This is the Daily. Where did it wick to? What EMA were they probably told, using their secret little fucking language, I'm being conspiracy theorist now, where does retail sell Apple? Below the 200 daily moving average because it's bearish. Where do they buy it? At the 369. Where doesn't it go to where all of us are looking for that Tino likes to say? The 800. Where did the market makers fill up their longs, guys? At the 800. They didn't fill it up there. Funny, the 800 on that day was sitting right where? 49.58. So they were, people trying to buy Apple below 50 were like, yo, probably go to the 800. Maybe it goes to the point, to the 897 fib, because that's, people will do that. They'll put the 89 right, there you go, Clint. Right? They'll put the 897 fib on there because 897 is a Fibonacci number. So they use these numbers to try to figure stuff out. Like dumb, in my opinion, not dumb, uneducated traders who haven't spent hours trying to figure this shit out. The 200 probably should sell underneath the 200. It's probably a bear market, right? Right? But a guy who, you know, knows a little bit more might go, look, below the 200, it's fine. Go below the 800, not fine. But if you want to get in the middle, you can do the 369. That's a pretty good price between retail and the greedy. You know, here's the fearful, here's the greedy. On the most fearful day, it didn't go to where the most like, the people who know to buy fear are trying to buy here at the 800, right? And so, you know, that's my point. So if you're trying to get filled on Apple at 50, you didn't go there. Funny, there's stopping volume here. Stopping volume. And there is a blue candle, I am sure. It's not there, but that is a blue candle. Okay? You can see it. It's just hidden. It's still a blue candle. All right? Trust me. It's if I were to look at this candle on the daily, guys, if I were to look at that candle, there's blue in there. All right? There's stopping volume in there. There's stopping volume here. There's also stopping volume here. It's just on a lower time frame. All right? And then the blue candle here. So here's another one. You can see speed and pushing price past that point only to come back to it later. Speed only to come back to it later. So I can apply that to like the 9-day, right? Where on the 9-day did Apple move at speed and would like to come back to maybe in the future? Where's the stopping volume candle, right? So is it going back to $50? Probably not. If you looked on the 1-day, it didn't go back to the other purple candles. It didn't. I can't expect 50 on Apple. Apple's a good company. It's worth the amount countries has, you know? However, on the 9-day, this red in speed around 100, right? Hasn't been recovered. Here's my 369 on the 9-day at $72. This will move up over time because on the 9-day, you got your 200, right? But people like to trade the weekly, right? There's a nice single time frame. So where's Apple bearish at on the weekly time frame? All right, at the weekly, you consider Apple bearish at $128. Funny, it almost went to that. It almost went to that. All right, but it didn't, right? In fact, I bet you I could find where it went to 125, and it didn't go there on the weekly. Let's check the 99-day. I bet. Nah, it would be different. Maybe the 9-day. Was it the 9-day? I don't know. Now I'm playing with you. I'm playing around. You guys are chilling in the stream. No, it didn't get there. I don't know. It didn't go anywhere. That's the thing. That's what makes me even more worried about Apple. It hit nothing down here. No. You know, where's the 369 on the 18 hour? No, I don't know. I'm not gonna try to find it. Is it on the 3-day? No, 2-day. There it is. 2. It went to 2. Fine. They filled up at 2. Cool. No doubt, Clint. We'll see you later. All right. So there. You got a nice wick there. Now, you see Apple hit the 369 on the 2, okay? Right? It needs to confirm. If it's on the 2, it confirms on the 3. If this is really going to go higher, Apple needs to confirm this EMA using my system here at 123. It needs to confirm that. If we're bullish on the 2-day, I want to see confirmation of where it bounced from on the 3, because that's how the Tesla numbers work. All right? The Tesla numbers work where 1, 2, and 4 are governed by 3. So, on the short time frames, we're above. We're in an uptrend. We've hit 1, 2. It needs to hit 3 to confirm 1, 2, and 4. Could it go to 4 and then close above 3? Yes. So, Apple 110. It could go to 4, but then close above the 3. But that's the 2 and 3 day. That's the way I'm trading this way of thinking. However, Apple is not on... Who trades Apple on the daily? If I'm an investor, am I trading the daily? If I'm a big wig, right, and I want to buy Apple, does Apple trade on the daily? I mean, I don't know. Let's go to the 9-month, right? I would want to see, where is going on. Look, here's a cycle. This is a price cycle. That rounding and then a change of direction. That is a cycle. Right? That makes sense. That's accumulation. This is selling. Everything they've accumulated and they're doing it at the top. It's 100x. Guys, in crypto, we sell 100x. We sell that shit. Fuck that. I made 100x. I'm out. I've made all my money. This is selling. Selling at levels. And if you pull the fib, I'm sure that's, what's going on here. Sell at level 1, sell at level 2, sell at level 3, let the peasants buy from level 3 to level 4. Apple could go to 454. We don't give a fuck because it's got to have a pullback between level 3 and level 2. Probably around in between. They'll buy back in between level 3 and level 2 because Apple is bullish. Where's the limit in the middle where they can buy at? $62. What's a bullish buyback? $78. So Apple could go to $450. I don't care, because in order for me to be considered bullish as a big wig investor, I want to see it hit 80 and bounce back. It's got to go to 80 and bounce back. All right. Let's say it's not going there. Let's say that it just went to level 3, right? It went to level 3 basically. We'll say it was a pandemic, okay? And it pulled back. All right. Where did it pull back to? Below 50% of the range, right? Below 50% of the range and bounce back, we're still bullish. However, if it only goes to level 3, right? I want to see this here. It only pulled back inside of the level. It didn't go to another level. There's no cycle. This is just level 3. Right? I would have wanted to see it pull back to 12. Okay? If my top was 3, it pulls back to level 2. If my top is 4, then it pulls back to level 3, where I can look to re-enter. Because they re-enter on the levels. And you can see that here, right? So, I don't know if my fib is right, if I drew this out right. It looks right to me on some level. It's not going to be exact, right? But here's level 1, here's level 2, all right? You want to hold like 50% of the previous range or whatever. That's like how you consider things bullish or bearish, right? So you hold 50% of the range. Confirm level 2, go to level 3. Because that's how... Can you show how you pulled up the 398? Not MA, EMA. It's the EMA. And I just do... Well, I would just use an exponential moving average. So you just go moving average exponential. Yeah, you can do that guy right there. Moving average exponential. All right. I use something a little bit different. I got this one here, but I do pay for TradingView. It's EMA/SMA, where I can have like all kinds of EMAs on here. Cause I like to see. I just want to see what's going on. You know, I do know that like people who trade, if you use too much, you just get confused, right? But I'm not like trying to be rich in trading. I'm just trying to get an idea about the flow of things, you know? And EMAs can do that. And basically, because right, what do they say? When the trend bends, it's not your friend, right? So it's in there somewhere. But yeah, moving average exponential. I forget the name of this one. EMA, SMA, something like that. Yeah, it's a good one. Because you can have multiple EMAs. So you can check it out real quick. You can have all these on here. All of them. So like the way I set my chart up is I have Tino's, okay? I got Tino's thing going on here. He's got your regular EMAs, 5, 13, 50, 200, 800. And in Tino's eyes, the 800 changes his whole system. That's the market maker method. Tino doesn't include sacred numbers into the exponential moving averages, right? But someone like Savvy, if you ever watch Savvy for Bitcoin, he doesn't use the 50. He doesn't use the 100, okay? He uses the 55, right? He doesn't use the 50. He uses the 55. He goes a little bit higher because Bitcoin can always go a little bit higher, right? It always wicks him out. So Savvy is savvy. He goes, man, it was wicking me out at the 50, man. What the fuck? I'm just going to move it up a little bit. Oh, fib number, right? Because that's what these EMAs are. They're fibs. The 5 is a fib number. The 13, right? The 55. And then they use the 200, right? So, but a better EMA would be the 233. 233 is a Fibonacci number. Tino uses the 800. But a Fibonacci, what's the next Fibonacci number from the 800? The 987. So, I put the 987 on my chart. Why not? I want to know if price is going to the 987. So look, you can go to like, I don't know, like the 1 hour maybe. Does price go there? I put it on there to see if it goes there. That's all. I just want to know if it's going there. If divine numbers are interacting with price, because don't forget, like retail trades numbers or whatever, like, but smart money thinks deeper than that, and they know that the market makers could fill their bags at the 800, so they go deeper. They go into fib numbers, right? And so I go, all right, look at this. This is a good example on the 1 hour. In Tino's system, it goes to my 800 EMA, right? But the deeper thinkers know to put the 987 fib. And which is the better EMA on the 1 hour? The 800 or the 987 fib? The 987 fib. That's where you're out of the reach of the market makers. Because the market makers are about money, not spirituality. But anybody who understands divine numbers and all these other things and actually apply it to these concepts, bro, if you're short from Bitcoin at 26,759, you're good. You even went better than Tino's 800 EMA, all right? And it's gone there multiple times. And not only that, it's even more spread out now on the 1 hour. So you got an even better entry because, you know, and I'm not saying to be short from that level, and it's a good thing because, to be honest with you, if you ever watch Bitcoin, you know that it's just collecting freaking short liquidations. Look at these wicks. There's liquidity up here. Now, I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to pretend like Bitcoin's going back up here. All right? I'm on the 1 hour, all right, which isn't where I would look to see where things are going. To me, this zone is done. This red confirms that to me, that they're done with the liquidity up here. They're not coming back. All right? That means, like, how did this work? M formation, right? They came back up, right? They're short from this level. So here's what happened on Bitcoin, right? Over that weekend, I remember that weekend because everyone was talking about this, all right? They're talking about this possible double bottom It's a double bottom. It's a W. Rise. Wait for the retrace. Confirm second leg, right? Comes higher than these highs, but then drops off. So, if you caught the short from that candle right there, right? You're short from that candle, you made a ton of money on that short because it never came back to that wick. All right, if you caught that. And I saw a guy in a Discord catch that. It was funny too. I watched. I was like, no way, dude. How did he catch that? He drew a fib. He just drew a fib, right? He drew the fib. And he goes, oh, I caught the 0.5. A lot of people don't short the 0.5, right? Because it's why would you? You're not at the top of the fib, you know? It didn't retrace to the golden pocket, right? All right, so like, you don't short the 0.5 fib because it's like a 50-50 chance of you winning that trade. Funny, it went there. Not a lot of shorts would have been there. But people just fucking love the short. You're in a downtrend. A guy who has a bearish bias like Savvy or the guy from Market Makers will short any fucking rip. It rips, I fucking short it. Because they know that it's manufactured. Because Bitcoin that's what it does. It rips just to come back to it. And normally, that's how it goes. So look, that guy caught that short. All right? So cool. Now, it hung out there almost the entire beginning of the week, right? You caught that short. You put your stop up in here, right? If you're using this system, you might have put your stop up in this green area, right? Or actually in the red area. You would have put your stop at 26.11, right? Because there's red in there. So you know the market makers are short from that level as well. So if you don't mind getting stopped out with the market makers, fine. You'll put your short at 28.616. You'll do that. Because getting stopped out with a market maker is an okay thing. Because they don't lose money. So if you get stopped out with them, or they stop themselves out, whatever. Now on to the next one. So you can put your stop there. Funny, everyone went short on the way down, and then they came back and just took out like that first stop right there. To me, that was a huge sign of weakness. Look at it. There's a reversal. It tried to even reverse here, and then just reverse back down. It actually looks like a trap on that level. It looks like they tried to trap, right? This is the spot chart. See, the thing is, I'm looking at, I don't want to get too off topic, but, so look, bang. They went back. They never came back, period. So if you are short, my original point, if you are short from there, you put your stop above previous highs. So you want to protect your position, you can now move your stop to there. Did price come back to there? It hasn't really returned to 28, right? Why? Because if I'm in profit, I move my stop into the consolidation zones or the previous high. Previous high, I can move my stop there. Here it was a good trade. W formation, and it came out and it stopped out some of the shorts. All right, and then it came up and it ripped down. They saw this rip down, okay, and they put a lot of guys would have put their stops here. All right, just above this high. So it stopped them out, right? Because they put their stops here. They're moving their stops. They place their stops in the consolidation zones, all right? Kind of above the highs. So there were stops here. They stop them out. Stops here. Stop them out. Drop. So you see 1, 2, 3 hits to the high. You think it's not coming back. CZ says, nah, I'm coming back 4 times, motherfucker. Bang. Hits you on the 4th time, and he drops. Bang. You FOMO in short, and CZ comes back for your ass. Right? Because if you were up here, right, and you didn't get stopped out any one of these fucking times, right, and you, right, and you now have your stop here, and you see Bitcoin coming for your rip because you're a short, and you know the history of Bitcoin, and you know it likes to come for your stops, wouldn't you pay yourself so fucking quick before it hit your stop and maybe make, now you make, 10% or 5% or whatever, and you'll take your loss, or it's not a loss, but you'll just take what the market gave you. Funny it didn't come back above there because he's running out of money, maybe. right? It looks desperate. And then he took, what did he take? That's my question. What did he take? He took shorts. The market maker, CZ, is short from 27,400. In my opinion, there's no reason for them to come back to 27.4. It's not coming back. It's not coming back. You're just in a downtrend. You're in a downtrend because this was the stop out of this zone right here. This was a trading range. All right? If you caught the absolute top, right? And you're not sure if you caught the top, okay? Because of this stupid flag, okay? Because what did ETH do? ETH deviated above and then came back down. That's what it did. So I would be scared that Bitcoin could do that. I will short here because this absolutely is something you need to short. Everyone's looking for those ICT concepts. Short the breaker, whatever they fucking teach you, okay? But it's a setup. You take the setup, all right? However, there is 10 years of people with Bitcoin looking to get the fuck out, okay? So moving the market up past 30K is hard, okay? It's a whole number. It would be hard, all right? In my opinion, because there's long-term holders looking to sell their fucking Bitcoin. All right, so whatever. Bang, right there. Now, you did your little ICT concept, right? And you caught this move down, all right? Where are we at here? Go to the 99. You caught that move down, right? You caught this move. Remember this move seemed to never end. I was buying the dip all the way down, thinking it was going to be a W. I'll never forget. I was like, yo, it's got to be the W. Because like, how many drops did it fucking make? I saw like the 22 trade here, right? I knew they got short, they had long strapped up here. And then I saw like a little M. I'm like, okay, maybe that's the M. So I started counting drops. 1, 2, 3. I got long here, right? Well, not there, but I was like right in here, right? I got long in there. I saw 3. What did CZ say? 4. He's telling you what the fuck he's doing because, and again, it's conspiracy shit. In Satanism, they gotta tell you what they do. That's the way they alleviate their sins. If I tell them the evil, at least I fucking told them. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not 3 hits to the low, it's 4 hits to the low. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang. 4 hits. Form the W. Not only that, here's your deviation. And I'm on the 99, by the way. Alright, here's one leg. Second leg, deviate. Right? Come back and stop out everybody. If you caught this, the actual top of the level, which we don't know if it's true or not, if you caught this, how many opportunities, where do you put your stop? You put your stop here? Probably. However, if you're a good trader, a good one, and a good one will move their stop, right? You don't have anywhere else to put your stop. So there's your stop. You're not going to put your stop in here. This is not a consolidation zone. This is the downtrend. All right? So they come back and they get you. However, we got this weird... Remember this day, how volatile it was? This is a warning sign to me. This was them coming back up and forcing price back down. This is some long-term holder who's like, I ain't letting you, CZ, come back to the stops. This is a sell wall at $30,000. It can't... CZ could not come back up and hit the stops he was trying to do up here. He can't come back up. These guys are out of his reach. These guys are out of his reach. All right? These guys are out of reach. They're good. They are good. They got 100x longs. They can ride that shit down to fucking 12K. Wherever it's going to go. Down to 19K. Wherever the hell this is going to go. I don't know. But these guys are good. That zone is done. He couldn't get to them. Not only that, he tried to get to them once. He tried to get to them twice. He even tried to get to them over the weekend. Right? Where he made a little W. Right? Made us all think that he was going to get there. Right? Later, Anderson. Later, he was going to get there. Right? Because he created a new consolidation zone for people who don't know what's going on, right? So you got to think, this wasn't all here, right? So you see this wiki behavior, and you see this high. So you see a consolidation zone. Here's the high. Here's the consolidation zone. If you're a good trader, you would put your stop somewhere in between the wicks. So He just stopped people out. Because they don't know. They put it between the wicks because they don't know if it's going to be a higher high or a lower high. Right? If it's a lower high, they don't want to get stopped out. If it's a higher high, they don't want to lose too much money, so they go in between. A really good risky trader would have put his stop above this high, okay? Or even higher up here. All right? Depending on where they got short from. Because if you got short here on the retrace, on the 99 or whatever, on the Mayo, and you saw that and you shorted that, and you're short here and you're in profit, they came up and stopped you out here. If you caught this M, right? If you caught that, right? And you didn't pay yourself, and you didn't come and stop you out, wouldn't you put your stop somewhere here? Because you know how Bitcoin pumps. It can just pump up. You know, at what point are you in profit? You know, that's why you get these wicks. They're grabbing shorts, and now they're short. What are they doing here? Grabbing shorts, and then it drops, right? Grab some more shorts and drop. Consolidate, bear flag. Grab some more shorts and drop, right? This is them buying the dip. Why? They bought the dip here because people are FOMO shorting. So they come back up and stop them out. In the nines, you can see that. Look at the wicks, right? People FOMO shorted this shit. They saw the rip, because now we're in a downtrend, by the way. The change of market structure. I remember watching this guy, Trader Main. He's like, my bias is down. I saw it hit here. I'm looking for shorts. So he's looking for shorts in this area. I remember watching his live. I'm looking for shorts here. I see you come lower. They're all looking for shorts, right? So he was good. He was looking for shorts here, right? Looking for shorts. He probably got short up here, maybe, right? But after it stopped all these guys out and confirms an even lower high, all the idiots started going short here. Why? Because they saw this. Here. They thought they were going to get this. What does CZ do? Throw on the motherfucking brakes and come back and start stopping people out. Bang, bang. Come back up. Stop some more out. Bang. Stop some more out. You know, this is a consolidation zone. Why is this created? Okay? Consolidation. Where do you put your stops if you actually didn't get stopped out up here? You're moving your stops down. You move them into the consolidation zones. So there's a consolidation zone, you move the stops. Now you have a new consolidation zone, similar to this one. Okay? Stop, stop, stop. To them, CZ can't get above this. It's perceived support and resistance. This is perceived resistance. So you put your stops in between the wicks, in here. So what did CZ do, or whoever? He comes and gets short at this level. Over the weekend, when you're not trading, he came and got your stops, and he got short. So now you have a new M formation. And anything, prices above this are done, in my opinion. This is a done zone. You can mark it in black. Bitcoin is not coming back here. I'm not saying that. I don't know. It can do whatever the fuck it wants. God knows people will go short on whatever leverage. You got to look at the liquidity. I'm not going to say, but in my opinion, that this zone is done. This is a done zone. And the volume on the 99, does it speak to me? Yeah. This red means I'm done with anything up here. In essence, I'm done with all of this. I'm done with 28.5. Why would he be done with 28.5? I don't know. I need to see more, because right now you have a huge move coming up. Am I wrong? Right? I got to check myself. I think this is done. So wouldn't I put my stops if I'm short from here? Wouldn't I have this here? Wouldn't my stops be here now? I would have my stops in this zone if I was short. I would have this. I could have my stops all the way up to probably, where's the middle? Right? My stops would be in the middle, right at the stopping volume here. Right? Somewhere in the middle. Between these highs. My stops would be here. In the middle. Because this looks like actual resistance. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's resistance. It doesn't break on the fourth time. That is now resistance for sure. And that's kind of true. Like when price can't break on the fourth time, it's like rock solid resistance. It really is, because that is actual selling. There's actual sellers at this level. This is real life selling at this level. So I would have my stops here. And in fact, I would have it just above there. Maybe I have more stops up here. Could Bitcoin come to 33? Yeah. But I haven't looked at the order book, and I haven't looked at Bookmap or anything like that. But just judging on price action, this would be the level. If I was CZ, I would only need to go to, right? There's a little on the 99, at least, right here looks done. This is done. This is purple, red. I don't know if that's a reversal in the order of things. Let me look back. Let me go to the 99.9 and see if that color shows up. Was it purple on top, red on the bottom? Purple on top, red on the bottom. Where are you? Let's go to the top. All right, so it's up here. Purple on top, red on the bottom. I'm done with this zone. I'm never coming back to 40. Not anytime soon. I'm good. I stopped out everybody. Right? I've stopped out enough to move to the next level. That's what that means. I've stopped out enough to move to the next level. Don't forget what was going on. You'll go, well, what about this green up here? Right? What's going on here at the top? Okay? Long-term holders selling. Long-term holders selling. Long-term holders selling. That is something to notice. What's going on here? Retail buying, retail buying, retail buying. What is FTX doing? We know from the history. Pumping the price, giving false narratives about El Salvador, getting us to buy more so they can sell our bags. What is this? A 22 trade. Okay? 22 trade at the top. I don't know if CZ is with or against. I don't know. But this was FTX. This was Sam Bankman. This was CZ. This is all of the exchanges. Everybody understood that what this was. Savvy understood it as Wyckoff distribution. Long-term holders selling on your asses at 64, right? Interestingly enough, fate would have it, Tesla goes to 69. So anybody who caught that 33 trade, if you trade Forex or if you trade that system, here's a 33 trade. At the top of Bitcoin, you short that shit, you put your stop just above the previous high. If you think you caught the actual top of Bitcoin, and what did they do? They stopped you out once, they stopped you out twice. That's now a 22 trade, where the second leg is higher than the first, okay? And you can expect 3 levels of drop. 1, 2, you didn't get it, right? And then you make the higher low. There's a W formation. You would expect 3 levels of rise. You never got it, right? You never got it. What did you get? You got a place for the guys who actually caught this move to put their stops. Stopped them out in the consolidation zone. You never got back to that, all right? Did you grab enough? Maybe. Some people caught this. Why is this important? Because you make a higher low. I remember people talking about that. Well, we're higher. It's a higher low. It's a higher low. But that is the manipulation of an M formation. M formation. You can manipulate retail by making a slightly higher low. Retrace level 1. Great. Guys like Blockchain Backer think that this is the bottom because this is Wyckoff accumulation. This is Wyckoff distribution. This is Wyckoff accumulation. So it's just another manipulation, okay, in my opinion, because you do have you have 1, 2, 3 hits to the low. However, I don't think that they're in equal amounts. This drop here, it needs to be somewhat like equal in market making, all right? And if you ask yourself why does that need to happen? All right, because if you go to Binance Futures, all right, let me delete all this. In Binance Futures, let's go to the 9-month or the 99-day. Here. Is this the futures market? Actually, on the 99-day, they have no positions here. That's actually a decent sign. and you have reversal volume. That's pretty good. But like, did they pay themselves? Probably. And here's what I'm trying to figure out. In essence, this is why I'm a little bit confused, because if I go to the 9-month, Binance futures, they have no positions. It's gray. There's nothing there. You go to spot, their tether chart, they have no open positions down here on the 9-month. Do they have it on the 9-week? Yeah, they have some buying at speed, but that's spot. No one gives a shit about spot. If you can hold spot forever, you have to worry about the future. You have to worry about getting liquidated. Where are they liquidating CZ? What day does CZ think they're not going to come for him? I don't think he's that arrogant. I really don't. To me, they saw CZ come for him, okay, over here. When they manipulated that FTX shit, they were like, FTX going bankrupt, and everyone tried to sell. CZ has enough money to buy that shit up and get the fuck out. That's what he did. I'm buying up, I'm getting the fuck out. I'm closing my longs. I'm closing my longs at the highest possible price I can. Where can I sell it? 30K. Long-term holders want 30K. I'll give it to them. No problem. Sell me your Bitcoin, long-term holders. You want out? I'll buy it. Now he's got all the Bitcoin. And he's still in exchange. That's why they're going after him. Because as this moves down, all the long-term holders are going to be selling. What exchanges can you sell on? You know? You can sell on Coinbase. You can sell on Binance. Right? You can sell on those exchanges. Right? But what exchanges does the U.S. government control? They control, I think they're in the coups with Coinbase, right? FTX 2.0 tried to be out, right? I think I saw a story on that. It's coming out, right? Like, because the government now controls it, right? They want your Bitcoin. Why? Because it's theirs. They created it, in my opinion. There is no Satoshi. They want it back. That's what a market maker does. He'll give you the thing, the derivative, because Bitcoin is like that. It's like a derivative of the regular markets, you know? They'll give you the derivative, but they always come back for it. It's just a spot derivative, in a way. People want this spot ETF. Why haven't we gotten the spot ETF? Right? Because the government doesn't control the spot ETF. That's why you're not getting it. Until they can control it, you're not going to get it. Okay? However, is BlackRock and I don't know all about all that. I don't know. Sometimes they put out the news, right, to tell you what's going to happen in the future. So they're telling their rich friends, like, yeah, retail will buy this zone, right? And we can sell on them all the way down because they think the ETF is coming, right? That's bad news. Good news is bad news in crypto. That's what it is. Bad news is good. It's just, that's the way it works. So when you get good news in crypto, get the fuck out. When you get bad news, get the fuck in. It's just the opposite of anything, you know? You got bad news, right? That would get you to sell, right? What was the bad news? Binance is going down, right? Maybe maybe that 4 stands for I'm going to take you into the 4th cycle. Binance is the exchange that's going to take you into the 4th cycle. Maybe that's the way he's trying to communicate that. You know, that he's like, yo, I cut a deal. America's going to be number 4 and we're going to be number 4 with them. I don't know. That's that, you know? So in essence, now here's another thing. If you're a long-term holder, all right, because if you're holding long-term, because one of the things is whoever did this Bitcoin thing didn't know what they had. They put out a shitcoin. I'll call Bitcoin a shitcoin because you don't know what the fuck, who owns it, who does it. People praise it. Fine. Whatever. I don't care. You don't know who owns the majority of the supply. You don't know. They're just wallet addresses, okay? All right. They pumped this price, okay? They pumped it up. This is their coins. These are your coins. Okay? They have Not just that, they have all these coins. No one bought Bitcoin at $5. Some people did, right? And they're the rich guys like Da Vinci, right? Like those guys who are still telling you to buy. Why are they still telling you to buy? Okay? They're still telling you to buy because they're selling to you because they bought at $1. Okay? That's why. They will sell on you for the rest of your life because you will believe that Bitcoin is a good thing. Okay? That's why. And can Bitcoin go to new all-time highs? I don't know. A derivatives market can pump whatever. Or is Bitcoin sold, right, as the digital gold? All right. That's its selling point? Fine. Let's look at gold. Okay, what was the future of gold like? All right. Digital gold. If it is the future, how do you know Bitcoin isn't just going to do this? Pump up and then just go fucking sideways forever. Forever. Sideways forever. That's what gold did. If it's the new gold, it would need to mimic gold. If they're telling you what the future is going to be, it needs to go sideways for 50 years. Because you got a big move in gold. This is a big move. It went from $20 to $35. In those times, in 1930s, that's a lot of money. That's a big move. Now you're gonna go sideways for a while. You'll go sideways and trade. Then you might get this. But you got to go sideways for a while. Because this move in gold, right, was worth $20, and it was done that way because of the monetary policy, right? And then what happened in the 30s, right? Why are the EMAs like this? Why are there no bars? Okay, you got to ask yourselves these questions. It went from 20 to 30. I think I know the history, but it goes from 20 to 30. What changed in 31? Right? The value went up after they stole it from you. The value of gold went up after they took it. They took gold and they increased the value and told you you could have it back with dollars. Awesome. You can have it back with dollars. So now their dollars are worth something, right? And we can exchange. And now we have, right? We have a market. Now, people did not really exchange their dollars for gold, right? They didn't do it. They just said, I'm just going to use the paper. It's easier. It's lighter. I don't carry around metal. It's fine. Right? Then what happened? 67, all of a sudden, gold has this spike. Interesting. These 9 months, 1, 2, 3, 4 9-month candles in 1968. Funny, the moon landing, wasn't that around when they were trying to distract you with all the moon landing shit? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Okay? The price spikes up and comes back down. Recovers what they originally sold, so they manipulate. This is a manipulation. This is a manipulative move. Okay? And now it's worth not just, it was worth 35 and then it was worth 44. It almost doubled, almost 100% move in gold. Now you have interest. When? In 71? When they said you couldn't have it back? Guys, are you paying attention to what the fuck's going on? You can't have your gold back. And gold goes from $44 to $200. What? To 74. Then it pulls back. 76. Right? What's the market doing in the 70s? Just going sideways. That's what the Dow Jones was doing, right? Going sideways. The market's going sideways in the 70s. Right? You guys know the Dow Jones chart. Going sideways in the 70s. What's gold doing? You don't want gold. Why? Because gold is $100. A nice even number. Nice. Right? Yeah! Yeah, 20 minutes. I was online. Alright. I gotta help my dad with his car. Anyway, so 74. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. I'm not a baby boomer. All right, but I do know that something changed where gold lost value, if it ever does. Okay, and there's a pullback to $100. I can't even. Such an even number, and then it goes up to fucking 1,000. Okay, you gotta be kidding me. A 10x in gold. So what did they do? You know, they took your gold away, right? In the 70s, and then what they said you could have it back, and no one wanted it because the stock market started to move up, or something, so they bought stocks, right? The 80s boom, right? Everyone wants stocks. Gold pulls back, right? 87, right, is interesting because you had a stock market crash in 87, right, where everything moved down, okay? And gold is being accumulated, right? Stock market goes down in 87, but then kind of goes back up, and you have a big tech bubble, okay? Technology, right? Tech bubble. But gold is going down, so you want the thing that's going up, stock. But smart money buys what's going down, not what's going up. They're selling their stocks onto you to accumulate gold. Bang. 2000s. The bubble bursts. Cool. Bubble bursts, and gold moves up. Is moving up. Not only just from the bubble burst, but all the way. It just keeps going. It just kept going, guys. 2008. There's your crash. Look at the financial crash. Gold had already moved up for 1, 2, 3. Look at how many 9-month bars. This is a huge move. And the crash only pulled it back to what? You know? Pulled it back what? What is this move? That crash in gold dropped 30%. Whatever, bro. We're in crypto, man. We dropped 90%. We dropped 80%. Who gives a shit about 30, man? 30 is a Monday. I'll take a 30% pullback. Do you know how much money would have to come out of gold for a 30% pullback, guys? The next market crash, if you get a 30%, that was a big scare. So let's say you get the same thing and gold pulls back 30%. Because it's an even bigger scare or whatever. Do you know how hard it is going to be to move gold? Who's selling their gold? Nobody. Nobody's going to sell a real asset. Nobody's going to sell their gold. Gold is not making another low. If they're able to manipulate it, right? But what am I seeing on the 9-month? Where is their money? Okay? Where are their buys? All right? Here in the 9-month, did they ever come back here? No. That was a low. In the .com, did they ever come back to this? No. That's a low. Okay? Now, do we have a low? We have a stop hunt. That's a stop hunt. That's a stop hunt line. Stop hunt. Right? Continue up. Gold will not come below $1,200 ever again. You'll never be able to get that. 2018 was your last. This is an order block. Okay? An order block. It's not. If it goes below here, if there's orders here, great. Gold goes to $1,000. You'll be lucky. If it goes below the low, are you not gonna buy it? Did you go below the 50 EMA on the 9-month? Are you still within the VWAP? If it goes below, it'll just wick down to the last demand zone and pop right back up. That's all, and all you will have on gold is the most gorgeous freaking W formation you've ever seen in your life going on into a massive bull market. It'll just deviate the low and go. That's all that's going to happen. So buy gold. I doubt you get it. I doubt you get it. You'll be lucky. Where's the 896 fib? 89 on this. It's not on the 9-month. Where is it? There's none. All right. Where's the? I'm sorry. The 369. The 369. Is it on the 6-month? No. Is it on the 3-month? There it is. You gonna get that? Probably not. Are you gonna get $500 for gold? No. Where is it on the monthly? There it is. There's your line. At the very most, it'll wick down to this. At the very most. And bounce right away from it. Just like it did on Apple during COVID. Wick. You won't touch the 800. You'll go past. Because where do you sell gold at? What is the most panic thing that you would need to know? Am I on the monthly time frame on gold? One of the oldest charts in the world. Okay? The oldest chart in one of the oldest things. Am I above the water? I'm bullish. Okay? Were you above the water here? You were accumulating. Lower. Okay? What did you go to at this level? Did you go to the 369? Yeah. Did you move away from it? Yeah. Cool. I can expect that again at this level in the 90s. Maybe it's the 2-month. Maybe I come down to here and scare the fucking shit out of everyone. Level 2. I wouldn't say that. I would say that if the monthly, because things go, if it's really bullish, right? If this was level 1, right? Or if this is a level, right? They don't come back to the levels, all right? So on the monthly, here's your pump. Did we ever touch that EMA again? Yeah. So there's a level. So I'm not coming back to this on the monthly. And it's going to, don't tell me gold isn't worth anything. All right. So then you can go to your 9-week. 9-week doesn't touch it. Am I going to get 740 on gold? I don't know. Right? Maybe I go to the 9-day. I don't know. Watch price. Watch what's going on. Whenever the chaos is going on, just go to the chart, fucking drink a beer, and see where the fuck it lands. There you go. 9-day is support here. That's a little sketch out, in my opinion, that it went to the 9-day. It means we have less time than we think. Okay? Does it come back? If this comes back and touches this and moves away from it, you better start, doing other things. So maybe you got your 9-day. I don't know the plan, but you buy gold. You buy gold the whole fucking way down. You do this. You do what they did. Whatever if the market is going up, you're right, and stocks are booming, and they're buying fucking gold here like this, all right? It's just, sorry. And this is what's going on, you better be buying gold too. Okay? If they do this bullshit to you again, which they won't. They won't. Okay? Because they already did it, and you didn't buy it. And you get that bullshit, buy it. Right? Buy that shit. You probably get that. It's probably fractal like this. They'll probably cut it off here. They'll wick it down. It's going to be smaller. I don't know. But everything is fractal, especially on the 9s. Maybe you get that shit. Right? There's your cup. There's your handle. Bang. Good to go. Right on the last stop hunt. Right? On the 9-day. Stop hunt the 9-day. The last time was right here. 1, 2. On the 4th time, people will think it breaks. It won't. It'll deviate and carry on its merry way. Anyway, my dad needs my help. That's my live. I'm trading on the 9s. I'm watching the 9-day. I'm watching the 9-week. I'm watching the 9-month. I'm confirming things on the 1, 2, and 4 time frames. They'll confirm on 3. Okay. If that confirms, I'll confirm on 5, 7, and 8, and I'll look to the 6 for confirmation. Okay, I know 5 and 7 are higher time frames, so to look to the 6 is a little weird. That's why that's like a level 2 trade. But when I get confirmation on the 9, okay, the 9 tells me everything I need to know. I'm looking for confirmation on where things are going to be heading on the 9. When I get confirmation, I can enter. I can ladder in. I won't know it at 3. I won't know on the 1s, the 2s, right? Or the 4s. I won't know. But that's already gone. I'm getting an idea around the 6. And I have the idea. I'll get confirmation on the 9. When it happens. Whenever that is. It could be years from now. I don't know. It's a market. They can chop sideways for years. And we'll just be waiting around for the fucking shit to go down. So, anyway. Peace out. Have a good one. Talk to you next time.